Hi guys, and welcome to the first video on FIFA 19. Yes, it's the first one, and it's basically my review of what FIFA or EA have got to offer for this year's game. Basically, the full career mode will be starting on Monday, guys, with Liverpool. That's without question. Do you know what I mean? Pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, and then what we'll do is the Road to Glory will start on Wednesday and then back to Liverpool on Friday. That's the format it was like for last season. It's going to be the same format for this season. At the moment, things might change along the way, but you guys will be the first to know. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's going to happen at the moment. On the poll that I put up, that is still Malaga that people want to vote. Not that many people have voted, but I do appreciate the votes that have come through. If you're not sure where to look, it's either down in the description or go across to my Twitter channel or Twitter page or Twitter app on whatever your device you're like looking on. Type in Mumongu Gaming, you'll get to me. You don't have to necessarily follow me, but the poll is on there, like, you know what I mean, and then you can just choose from 8 different clubs that you want to see in the very first Road to Glory, and there will be others Road to Glory, so it's not like, oh, once you chose this, that's it, like, you know what I mean, so you do get the option, but at the moment, like I say, it's Malaga that's leading the way on that one. Right, but that's, you know, that's to come next week. This is what's happening right now. You've already seen like my little view of the demo and stuff like that. Has anything changed regarding gameplay and stuff like that? Not noticeably, massively that I've noticed so far or anything like that, but again, as you can see, the format is pretty much the same layout as exactly what was in 18, apart from obviously all this here is like a different color, you know, it's like more of a light, like a bluey silvery grey and stuff, and white and stuff like that, so that's changed. You've got Ultimate Team, as always. I don't tend to play this mode, but I will probably play it, not for videos, just for myself, like, because of being on Origin Premier, I get so many packs. Part of that is 40 packs I get for because I get the I've got the ultimate version. You get that's the great thing with EA's new Origin Premiers. You get everything included, so all DLCs that will come, not for this game but for other games like Battlefield and all that sort of thing, and Anthem as it comes out. All these games, I'll have the pinnacle of whatever game it is that comes out and everything that attaches with it. You've got the Journey, which is the final episode in the Journey. Again, I played the very first one. I played half of the second one and got kind of bored with it and haven't really looked at it. I would suggest, if any of you, if you're not that fussed by it, wait till someone plays it on YouTube and then just watch it, because you playing it doesn't really have a massive effect. It's just picking certain choices. You go on the pitch, it doesn't make any difference to a degree, I suppose. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever got relegated with the side that you're with, you know. I don't think that would even possibly happen. You'll just get dropped and the team will still do well, and it's just, yeah, the Journey was a good idea, like I say, but yeah, I'm glad it's coming to an end, and hopefully, fingers crossed, for my channel and for other people's channels out there, like, you know what I mean, career mode will get a bit more of a loving, you know, because it's not had hardly any touches to it whatsoever. I'll get onto that in a moment. Like, we've got obviously the Champions League license along with the Europa League, that is what we've also got, which is a new feature. Again, I'll get onto pluses and minuses and stuff like that in a moment. We've got Kickoff. Again, it's got a little new, like, sort of tab just above the Southampton sort of thing. I will get into that in a little bit, because they've concentrated on that for some reason. Yeah, okay. You've got tournaments, and you've got skill games, which, you know, you can choose which player is you play in the practice arena and practice some skills and stuff like that. Again, you've got seasons, you've got pro clubs, co-op friendlies, online friendly, co-op seasons, I should say, online friendlies. And you can customize. So, like I say, it's, again, all the customizations are still exactly the same. It's all you know, pretty much the same. Oh, that's kind of a spoiler. Just quickly move that over there. But yeah, I mean, Korea. What I will do, again, that's going to be on Monday. Mondays are all going to be about Liverpool, sort of thing. So that's what that is. Let's have a look at Kickoff. Kickoff, basically, Normally, it was just a case of a chance for you to have some sort of friendly games, stuff like that. That was all kickoff was about. They've added some like new modes and stuff to it. Okay, you have to obviously play the kickoff mode. Right, so this is what you got. You got a classic match. That's basically having a friendly. You've got house rules, which is basically being able to go into. Oh, actually, I can show you. You've got long range, you've got survival, you've got heads and volleys, first two, and you've got no rules whatsoever. And these are basically matches where you can alter the rules of football if you really want to. The whole point in playing this game is to play football. Yeah, I can understand in a way why they've done this, but massively I can't understand why they've done this. I have no idea whatsoever. I don't know anyone in the community that plays this game that's turned around and goes, oh, EA, please, can you put a mode in of heads and volleys? Can you? Because it's just not in the game. Like, and I need to pay 50 quid or $60. You know, because I need that in the game. No one's done that. Where EA's got that from, no idea. I think it's their justification of what they've been doing for the last 12 months. This is their justification of what they've been working on. Wow. Yeah. I won't be playing any of that. Just so you're aware. Okay. You can play the Champions League, which I'll get onto in a little bit. You can play that. You can play cup finals, so you can play like different cup finals if you want to. You can do home and away, which is like a two-legged affair thing, whatever. I suppose it was against your friends or something like that. And play. What's this? Play in a 3 or 5 match series. Oh, okay. Best of 3, best of 5. Okay, and that's kickoff mode for you. Spent a lot of time on that one. Okay, let's get out of that quick, sharpish. Right, Ultimate Team. Don't really need me to show you that, do I? If you want to see what Ultimate Team's all about, go and watch the channel that does Ultimate Team. Basically, Ultimate Team is where EA makes all their money. That's where they love the community that buys packs. Yeah. That's where they make a vast amount of money, and people moan about it, and I'm just thinking, don't buy the packs then. You know what the journey is? If you don't know what the journey is, you've been hiding under the rock for the last 2.5 years or whatever, like, you know, while that's been out, so I've no idea why you don't know what that is. But if you don't, it's basically, what is the journey? It's kind of like a role-playing game of FIFA in a way that you take on, but not in the best way, because you don't get to choose yourself, so you just play Alex Hunter, and you just got to basically get him through the story that they've put in place, and they spent a vast amount of money into that by the looks of it, and a lot of time into that, like of making it good. And fair play to them, it does good, because they took some things from it and they have put that into career mode, like the transfer situation that they put in for FIFA 18. It was a good idea, but I guarantee you the majority of people, after the first few transfers going through, skipped. Do you know what I mean? Like, just get to like the transfer and get it over and done with. It's a nice idea, it's a nice feature, but it just went on a bit too long-winded. You know what I mean? And I just think people were just like, yeah, it's nice touch, but needs to skip through a little bit quicker. You know. But yeah, right. So, I have, as you've probably already seen, that I have played the Champions League bit already, just to get used to the game. I didn't want to go into, I've not started a new career, I didn't want to go into that until Monday. I wanted to do that. So what I was going to do today, guys, was, as you can see, I've got through to round of 16. I wanted to show you a couple of games. It's going to be basically Porto Leg 1, Leg 2, that's what you're going to see. And it's to give you an idea of like how the gameplay works and stuff like that. And they have made some tweaks and stuff to the gameplay. They've brought obviously in 50-50 like sort of battles is how they call it. It's not really a mode, it's not even a feature. These are nice little things you can see now, little cutscene things coming off over here. Not really sure why it's showing Neymar and Salah, because we've already played that game, so they're a little bit behind with that one, because PSG was obviously in our group. So they've added a little bit. That's obviously like using kind of the journeys sort of thing. You know, so that's why I'm hoping that they're gonna implement more of that stuff. in career mode in FIFA 20. But yeah, it's like the Champions League thing. I'm gonna get all the pluses out of the way first. Let's see. Pluses are gameplay vastly improved, makes it much better and harder. Maybe not for some of you, but for me it does. Champions League done a fantastic job of the presentation of this, far better than what PES did, so that's good. What else? It's going to be tough to like find positives, like, you know what I mean. Yeah, kind of struggling on this one. Maybe some more will come as I get through and stuff, but yeah, not many negatives. They've done pretty much jack to career mode. You're probably thinking, well, you've not started career mode, how do you know that? I've watched other people's channels and there's hardly any changes whatsoever. They brought in this new, I'll show you now, it's just, if you can see it above Mane's head, it says left trigger for edit game plans. This is, these here are new. That is a new feature, actually quite a good one, so that we'll make that 3, so we've got 3 now. We're doing alright. This one gives you more kind of control of like on the fly using your D-pad. You know, where before you'd have like, you know, ultra defensive, attacking, defensive, you know, all that sort of thing. You had the choice, you know, part of the bus kind of thing. You've now got control of what you want ultra defensive to be. So as you can see, ultra, I've not changed any of these. I've not even gone into it yet. This is something I want to spend some time with and look at this a little bit more detail. I've not focused too much on this, but they're all 4-3-4-3 formations. That can all change. So for example, ultra defensive, you could have like 5 at the back, 6 at the back, whatever, your choice, you know what I mean. Those that in like I say, in some ways it is a good idea, like, you know what I mean. This, as you're probably looking at it and thinking, it looks exactly the same. It's exactly the same. There's no change to this whatsoever. There's no change. I'll get to that in a minute. The instructions, all exactly the same. There's no changes on what you can do with the players, unless someone else has seen something I've maybe missed, but there wasn't anything that I could see. Roles, you know, they haven't brought it in. You don't get the chance to choose who you throw and take away. Why can't you just choose who takes your throw-ins? It's a simple thing to put right there. Like, instead of my striker end up taking the bloody throw-ins when I need him, like maybe on the edge of the box, in the box, you know, just something. You shouldn't be like having him take the throw-ins, you know, things like that. This is new as well. This is make it a 4. Okay, this, well, 3.5. We'll make it 3.5 because I have changed and messed around with this a little bit, but I've not seen too much of a change that this is making a massive difference. But again, I haven't changed it too dramatically, and maybe that's why I've not seen too much of a change in that, like, sort of thing. So that'll be something that we will come across, I think, as career mode moves forward and I get to play a bit more around with all this stuff and all that sort of thing. We'll do that and see how things go with that, like, sort of thing. But like formations, I don't see any new ones that are jumping off the page, but it's not too bad with the formation because you can change players' positions and stuff like that anyway. I was playing, I'll show you the group stages in a minute in the Champions League bit. I was playing the Liverpool way, so you would have a central just let me, what I mean is you'd have him sat there, for example, you know, with the 2 central midfielders a little bit further up. That's like Liverpool's formation with maybe, you know, Henderson, Fabinho, Milner, Wijnaldum, anyone, you know, that could sit there. They'll be sitting in that, I think that's Cam, yeah, they'll be sitting in that position right there. And I've decided it wasn't working for me, so I changed it to the formation I'm used to, and it started to work, and you'll see that by the results. You're probably thinking, why is Keita not playing, and why is Wijnaldum playing? Wijnaldum, the last 2 matches, basically not the very last match, but the one before it, he came off the bench and completely and utterly changed the game. And the last match that he played, he was instrumental in that as well. So it's only fair that he gets a look in, and Keita can then come off the bench, like, you know what I mean? So you're probably thinking, why is Lovren there, not Joe Gomez? Also, why is Klein there? Because unfortunately, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez made too many errors, which I'm not happy about, but that's, again, that will probably come through training, so that's why these two are in at the moment, like, sort of thing. I want to show you the groups, right? I did go in and make sure that the groups were as accurate as to what the Champions League is in real life. Unfortunately, there's one team that is actually in Liverpool's group, which is Red Star Belgrade, and they couldn't. They're not in FIFA, so I've had to put another team in that was kind of similar. But apart from that, all the teams are how they should be. So as you can see, maybe a slight surprise that Monaco ahead of Dortmund going through. This one, I was kind of shocked that Spurs actually could top that group, but they did really well. Like, as you can see, no losses in that group whatsoever. Inter and PSV, you'd expect maybe not to get through in that group. Not on current form, but there you go. We went through in second. I'll get to that in a mo. Yeah, as you can see, there's 2 losses, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to change things around because things were not going my way. But yeah, as you can see, Dynamo Zagreb are the team that I put in to replace Red Star Belgrade. I thought kind of similar in that way, like, you know what I mean? But if you look over to, which is, again, this is another a nice format. I'm quite liking the tables, and then the scores and fixtures that are actually behind me. I'm looking at the screen. Do you understand what I mean? But the ones behind me, I think you can just see that 1-1. That 1-1 that's where I'm sat was against Dynamo Zagreb at home. Yeah, not good. Okay, so as you can see, starting off, we got off to a bad start at home. Napoli, we lost 2-1. Then it was PSG away, which we lost 1-0. So terrible start. Then it was Dynamo Zagreb back at home and only 1-1. So we had 1 point on after 3 games. It was just like, what is going on here? How do I move it? Oh, I see. Okay. Then it was back to. Then we actually went to Zagreb's ground, and we actually got things sorted. Got my formation right. Got things started. Got a 2-0 result. Then we had a cracker of a match against Napoli. I was 2-0 down in that game. Managed to get it back to 2-2, and I thought, this is not going well. Alright, I'll throw Gini Wijnaldum on. Gini Wijnaldum comes on and gets 2 goals. Yes, Gini Wijnaldum comes on and gets 2 goals, and we win the game 4-2 with like 10 minutes to go, and it was just like unbelievable. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, wow. So then it was like back for our final game against PSG. We needed to win because Napoli at that point were on 6 points. We were on 7, so we were in second, but obviously Napoli were playing Zagreb, we were playing PSG. We had to win that, and as you can see, we did. Yes, Gini Wijnaldum picking up another goal in that game, so that's 3 goals that he's got, like, you know what I mean? I think it's 3 goals, or was it 2 goals and an assist? He definitely did something in the PSG game anyway that made a big difference, I know that. But yeah, and then PSG actually got a consolation goal. We were 3-0 up in that, and it was a good job because, as you can see, Napoli did win 3-0 against Zagreb. So we scraped through in the group stages of that one. So yeah, that was kind of intense. Group D, Porto and Galatasaray. Yeah, didn't see that one. Lokomotiv and Schalke, bit poor, really. Bayern and Ajax maybe, yeah, possibly. Maybe people might have thought maybe Benfica from that one. Then you got Man City and Hoffenheim. Yeah, Hoffenheim, who we beat last season in the qualifying. Hoffenheim knock at Olympique Lyon and Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, bizarre, but there you go. Roma topping Group G ahead of Real Madrid there. CSK and Victoria Pleasant going out. And then H, Manchester United actually going top there. I was surprised that. I thought Juventus would have topped it, but it was close. But those two also going through. So there we go. And I've just come out of it. Why have I just done that? Back into it. So now we've got the round of 16. So as you can see, Liverpool, we're up against Porto, but even if we weren't up against Porto and we won the group, we'd have been up against Hoffenheim. So Liverpool have got it quite easy in the round of 16 in real life, realistically. If that's how it pans out, would be ideal, wouldn't it? But there we are. Bayern against Galatasaray, Atletico against Ajax, Real Madrid against Spurs. So Spurs had it tough, haven't they? They were in Barcelona's group, and now they've got Real Madrid. We've got Porto. Paris, like I say, have got Hoffenheim. Manchester United have got Barcelona, sort of thing, so they've got it tough as well. They had Juventus in their group, now they've got Barcelona. Man City now are up against Juventus. We've actually ended up getting, even though we came second in our group, the best draw of that round of 16 of the remaining English teams, which is actually all of us. We've all gone through, all English teams, with Monaco and Roma finishing off the round of 16. So there we are. So that is what is coming up now, guys. I'm going to do a couple of just to show you a little bit of gameplay, some goals if there is any or whatever sort of thing, just to finish it off. But overall, my overall view of FIFA 19 is it's better than 18. It is better than 18, that's all I can say. There could have been a massive amount of changes that were required for career mode. I'm disappointed that they weren't implemented in the game. And I'm not talking massive changes, I'm talking just little changes that could have been put in, and they just haven't done them. They just haven't bothered with them. Do you know what I mean? They just concentrated on kick-off mode. No one asked for it. Nobody asked for that. Just saying. And they also concentrated already on the journey, and it's just right, we'll do a couple of months worth of work, guys, and then we'll just put our feet up for the next 10 months, whatever, because we're done. There it is, FIFA 19 in a bag. A couple of storylines, and I still don't think. I think the journey was maybe shot 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, when it was came out in FIFA 17, all in one go, and this was already planned, and this is the third episode was already done back then, and all you have to do is just match the graphics with the voiceover. I don't think there was a lot that they've done, but they have changed the gameplay, which I am happy with. So I'll give it a 7. I'll be generous. I'll give it a 7.5 because I think 7.5 out of 10. How's that? You know what I mean? I'm going to be generous. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It might get better. Who knows? They might do stuff, implement things later on down the line. I hope they don't change the gameplay because I think it's actually quite good at the moment. It's quite tough, and I think that's a good thing. I don't want it to be too easy and stuff like that. I am playing on Legendary, so yeah. Let's crack on then against Porto. So I'm going to give you a bit of the build-up, guys. I'm just going to go a little bit quiet so you can hear a bit of commentary and the music and the atmosphere to give you the Champions League feel.
Number 2, Nathaniel Kwan. Number 6, Dejan Lovren. Number 4, Virgil van Dijk. Number 26, Andrew Robertson. Number 5, Jorginho Ronaldo. Number 14, Jordan Henderson.
I like the way that they've highlighted the match, you know what I mean? I think that's quite nice. But this is all good, I'm liking all this. I have turned the commentary guys down, but here's the music, guys. And now a better anthem.
Pops into the memory now.
Loving that. Loving that. This is the Porto lineup. Any players that are going to cause us any problems? As you know, we played them in the Champions League and absolutely ripped them apart. Ricardo Pereira, obviously we signed him for Liverpool. Got Casillas in goal, Alex Teja. So the two fullbacks and that are pretty cool, like, you know what I mean? But look-wise, not a massive difference in the look. There is a slight change to it. It looks a little bit like sharper and stuff like that. But yeah. So here we go then, guys. It is Liverpool in the round of 16. Waiting for the run of Robertson now. Can he get a good ball in? It's across to Salah. Oh my word. And that wasn't a time finish, because that is something that they have brought in, is time finishing, guys. There's a lovely ball in from Andy Robertson there. Mo Salah gets up, not picked up, and just heads it back across the goal. And that, you couldn't have asked for a better start. Oh, not brilliant. Okay, Wijnaldum. Getting a lot of this as well. And this is the other thing that I'm finding. These runs like this weren't in 18. And that shooting was not in 18. That was terrible. Oh, God, that was so bad. Those sort of runs are playing off really nicely. And the game is kind of taking into consideration a player's actual speed. Oh, surely. Yes. Oh, is that Fabinho? Or is it Wijnaldum? It's Wijnaldum. I told you, didn't I? Of what's going on. Let's try one now. There he is. That was a time shot, and it was actually poor, because he has on his, like, the triangle above his head, it was red around the outside. That's actually a poor time shot. So even though you do get it poor, sometimes they will still go in. If you get them right, sometimes they won't go in. It's not a case of like, if you get it right, it's a goal. It's not. It's just that here he was kind of in front of the goal, but if he'd maybe was coming in at an angle, he probably would have skewed it wide. But as you can see, when he hits it on the slow-mo, he doesn't hit it cleanly. It sort of skims off his foot, but luckily for us, it actually ends up in the back of the net. And Mane nets number 3, and we are in full control of this one. We go to Portugal with a 3-0 advantage. They've just got another one with Corona, getting it 3-2. But yeah, overall 6-2 on aggregate, and we've gone through. Welcome everyone on a perfect night for football. So we're at the Metropolitano. We've already seen this stadium from the demo, and also, guys, you'll see we're in the purple away kit. Yeah, he's staying down. Yeah, Gini Wijnaldum's game is done. Do I play this short? Do I get it into the box? See, maybe a time finish, if I can get it into the box, maybe. Oh! We tried the time finish with Virgil van Dijk, and I got it wrong, and it ended up going wide. If you pause it, if it went too quick, but I got it right. It was, he got there, but he didn't hit the target. Here's Salah now. Oh, he's done well. Can he pick someone out? It's Sadio Mane. It was the lovely little. He waited for the defender to come to him, and then I just dragged it past him. Like, watch this from Salah. This is what opened up the space. Salah was like facing up. He waited for the defender to make the move, and then he just drifted to the right side. Picks up Mane. It's not a best finish, to be honest. Right there, picks him out here, and I think it's gone off his chest. I think he's actually tried to do a time one. I think it's actually, yeah, it has. It's gone off his chest. So it's what I'm saying. If you're in front of the goal, even though you might miss the time finish, it still has a chance of going in. Like, you know what I mean? And in this case, I did actually miss it, and it missed his head. It actually hit his chest, and it actually goes in. Like, so we've got the away goal, which is massive. Here's Griezmann in the middle. Anderson needs to be picking him up. He needs to be picking Diego Costa up. It's still Milner, but then he gives it away. There's too many red and white shirts. Yeah, they have piled so many players forward and trying to get it out, and every time I was trying to clear it, it was just falling to a red and white shirt and not picking this up. And Kalinic tried. Oh, He got lucky. And it's going to fall. And it's still going to fall. And it's... Oh, you've got to be kidding. This is what I'm saying, okay? When the AI are on it, they are on it. They literally... They got the look. I got a tackle with Nathaniel Klein on Kalinic down in this bottom corner. And the rebound off that like tackle fell back into his path. He was able to knock it in, and then someone else flicks it in, and then this happens. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my sort of view on FIFA 19 and some of the things that I've seen so far, some of the things that I do like, some of the things I don't like. There's a couple of things that should have been changed, but well, there's quite a lot of things that should have been changed, but that's another whole video, to be honest, of the things that they could have changed. But I just wanted to point out just a couple of maybe things that they could have like maybe concentrated on. But yeah, any thoughts that, you know, in the comments, guys, please let me know. But anyway, take it easy, and we'll look forward to our new career on FIFA 19, starting off with my team Liverpool. So take it easy, guys. Catch you next time. Stay from Mumongu Gaming, signing off. Cheers.